Hello everyone, you are welcome to this channel. In this class today, we are going to begin Jamb practice using test drill lab. So this 2010 math question. So that is first question, says which subject are you doing? So here is math, so you just put math. Second question says find R if 6R7 base 8 is equal to 511 base 9. So this is a number based question. So let us write them out and write them and expand it. I have 6 R7 to base 8 equal to 511 to base 9. So as usual, you number it from right to left, starting 0, 1, 2. Also here 0, 1, 2. So you say 6 multiplied by the base raised to the power. So I'll have 6 multiplied by 8 raised to power 2 plus the next number digit here is R multiplied by 8 raised to the power, which is 1, plus the next digit, which is 7, multiplied by the base raised to the power, which is 0, is to be equal to, we do the same thing, 5 times base, which is 9, raised to the power, which is 2, plus 1 times 9 raised to power 1, plus 1 times 9 raised to power 0. If we do that, here is going to give us 6 multiplied by 64, that is 8 squared is 64, plus R multiplied by 8 raised to power 1 is 8. So 8 times R gives us 8R, plus anything raised to power 0 in math is 1. So I'm going to have 7 multiplied by 1 is equal to 5 multiplied by 9 squared, that will give us 81, plus 9 raised to power 1 is 9, that is going to be 1 multiplied by 9, plus 9 raised to power 0 is 1. I have 1 multiplied by 1, I'll have 1. So come to this one, 6 multiplied by 64. This gives us 384 plus 8R plus 7 is equal to 5 multiplied by 81 gives us 405 plus 9 plus 1. So here I'll add this one to this. So I have 384 plus 7 gives us 391 plus 8R will be equal to 405 plus 9 plus 1, that gives us 415. So since I'm looking for the unknown R here, the coefficient, it has coefficients of 8. So I have to make sure I'll create the like term. So here 8R will be equal to 415 on this side. By the time this one cross the equality sign, it turns to negative. That will be minus 391. So I have 8R is equal to 415 minus 391 gives us 24. So which implies 8R is equal to 24. Then for us to get R, we divide both sides by 8, which implies R is equal to 24 all over 8, which will give us 3. So the correct option here is 3, which is option A. I hope this is understood. Okay. Okay, here's question 3. We have 3 all over 4 of 4 all over 9, 4 over 9, all divided by 9 whole number, 1 over 2, then divided by 1 whole number, 5 over 19. So this is what we have. So we have to simplify this. So you remember that of means multiplication. So this is going to be like 3 all over 4 times 4 all over 9, then divided by, change this mixed number into improper fraction. 2 multiplied by 9 gives us 18. 18 plus 1 gives us 19 all over 2. Then all divided by, the same thing, change this one to improper fraction. 19 multiplied by 1 is 19. 19 plus 5 gives us 24 all over 19. So according to board mass, so we have division and multiplication. We work from left to right. So here we have multiplication before division. We work irrespective of which one comes, we work from left to right. You have division and addition. For instance, you deal with the division first before addition, working from left to right. You understand? But whenever you have division and multiplication, irrespective of which one comes first, you work from left to right. Same goes to addition and subtraction. You work from left to right. But we have multiplication and subtraction, for instance, you deal with multiplication first before subtraction. So here we work from left to right. We're going to have 3 multiplied by 4 gives us 12 all over 4 multiplied by 9 gives us 36. Then divided by 19 all over 2. All again divided by 24 all over 19. So this one is a division of fraction by fraction, which we're going to have a reciprocal, but I will do it in such a way for us to understand. We have 36, this divided by 19 all over 2. So this is going to give us 12 divided by 36. This division turned to multiplication. Then this fraction down will reciprocate. The denominator become numerator and numerator become denominator. We will end up having 2 all over 19. So for this one, this is what we have. You can say 2 here, 1, 2 here, 18, right? So I can end up having this will give us 12, right? All over 12 over 18, right? Multiplied by 1 all over 19, isn't it? So which will be, I want to leave it like this. So divided by, remember all I did is this one I did like this, divided by this 24 all over 19. So this one too is also a fraction by fraction. We do the same thing, which implies I'll have 12 all over 19, 18 by 19, multiplied by 19 by 24. So doing, 19 we cancel this 19. I have 2 here, 12 here, 1, 12 here, 12 here, 2. That will end up having 1 all over 18, 18 multiplied by 2. 18 multiplied by 2, that will give us 1 all over 36. So the correct option here is option C, 1 over 36. So question 3 says, a student measures a piece of rope and found that it was 1.26 long, 1.2 meter long. If the actual length of the rope is 1.25 meter, what was the percentage error in the measurement? So just know that, so in measurement, we have percentage error is equal to the error you make while taking the measurement all over the actual measurement multiplied by 100. So your error is the differences between the actual and the measurement you took. So that will be equal to the actual, which is the measurement you took, which is 1.26, minus the actual, which is 1.25, all over the actual measurement, which is 1.25, all multiplied by 100. So that will give us this gives us 0.01 all over 1.25 multiplied by 100. Okay, this will give us 0.01 divided by 1.25. That will give us 0.008 multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.8%. So 0.8%, that is option what? Option C. So know that percentage error is equal to error all over actual multiplied by 100. So the error you make is the differences between the actual length and the length you took, right? So all over the actual, which is this. So this is how to get percentage error while taking measurement. I hope this is understood. So let's move on to the next question. So question 5 says, at what rate will the interest on 400 naira increase to 24 naira in 3 years, reckoning in simple interest? At what rate? The moment you hear at what rate, we are looking for the rate. So we are looking for the rate. So rate on 400 400 naira. That is the principal. Principal P is 400 naira, the actual money. And the interest I is equal to 24 naira, and the time T is 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. So remember your formula that simple interest is equal to PRT all over 100. PRT all over 100. You're looking for the rate. Here you can make rate the subject of the formula first. Before you input the value, you can make rate subject of the formula. I have PRT is equal to I multiplied by 100. So from here, I can divide both sides by PT. Divide both sides by PT. So that P cancels PT, we cancel PT, which implies R is equal to 100. I is what? I is 24 multiplied by 100 all over the principal, which is 400 multiplied by time, which is 3. So from here, 0, this 2 0 can cancel this 2 0. Also from here, 3 goes here, 1, 3 here gives us 8. So I'll end up having what? R is equal to 8 all over 4, which will give me 2%. So the answer here is 2, which is option B. I hope this is understood. So here's number 6. The question says, if P ratio Q is equal to 2 over 5 ratio 5 over 6, I think the correct option, I think the correct question here is P ratio Q equal to 2 over 3 ratio 5 all over 6. Yes. And Q ratio R is equal to 3 over 4 ratio 1 all over 2. So, and the question says we should find P ratio Q ratio R. So if you look at this, Q is common to both. Q is common to both. Here and here we have Q. So we have to make P subject to the formula here and also make R subject to the formula here, since Q is common. So in that case, from here, remember that ratio is a form of fraction. Is that correct? So P ratio Q is the same thing as saying P all over Q, which is equal to, from this, P is to 2 over 3 as Q is to 5 over 6. So we have 2 all over 3 all over 5 all over 6. This will give us 2 over 3 multiplied by 6 all over 5. 6 over 5. So we have 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2. Then we have 4 all over 5. So it means that this implies that P ratio Q is equal to 4 over 5. Making P subject of the formula here, P will be equal to what? 4Q all over 5. 4q over 5. 5 times p all over 5, right? 5 times p, you have 5p. Then 4 times q, we have equal to 4 times q, which you have 4q. Then divide both sides by 5, I have 4q all over what? Over p. This is 1. So from here also, then if I have q all over r, that will be equal to 3 all over what? 4 divided by 1 over 2. So division of fraction by fraction, I have 3 over 4 multiplied by 2 over 1. Here 2, here 1, 2 here 2. I'll end up having 3 all over 2. So this implies that q over r is equal to 3 over 2. Here, make r subject of the formula, which implies 3 multiplied by r, I have 3r is equal to 2 multiplied by q, I have 2. Sorry, I have 2q. So r now is equal to 2q all over 3. So I call this one equation 2. So having done this, all you need to do now is to come back to this place and substitute all this into it. The value for p and value for q into this place. So here I have p. I have p ratio q ratio r. So what is my p? What is my p? P is 4q over 5 ratio. What is my q? Q is here, q ratio. What is the r? 2q all over 3. So what is the LCM here is 15. So multiply both sides by 15 and see, which implies I have 4q over 5 multiplied by 15 ratio q multiplied by 15 ratio 2q over 3 multiplied by 15. So in this case, 5 here, 1, 5 here, 3, isn't it? Here and here, 5, 3 here, 1, 3 here, 5. Is that clear? So I'm going to have 4 times 3 gives us 12. I have 3q, 12q ratio 15 times q, I have 15q ratio 2q times 5, I have what? 10q. So by the time you remove the q, since they are common, we end up having what? 12 ratio 15 ratio 10 as the correct option. So the correct option here is 12 ratio 15 ratio 10, which is option A. I hope this is understood. Okay. So let's look at this question. This question, I think the correct question is 81 over 16 all raised to power minus 1 over 4, then multiply by 2 raised to power minus 1. Sorry, 2 raised to power minus 1. So here, in maths, if you have 2 raised to power minus 1, for instance, it's the same as 1 over 2. If I have 2 raised to power minus 2 is equal to 1 over 2 raised to power 2. I hope this is clear. If that is taken, then let's move on. So this, I can write it to be, since there is negative, I can write it to be 1 all over 81, right, over 16 all raised to power 1 over 4. So this is 4th root of 81 over 16. So all multiplied by 2 raised to power minus 1. So your 4th root of this, just like if you are finding the cube root of what? Of of a number, then you think of a single number you can multiply 3 times to get that number. So same here, the fourth root of 81 is a single number I can multiply 4 times to give me 81. What is that single number? So if I say 3 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. So this shows that I'm going to have 3 raised to power 4, right? So the fourth root, meaning that the fourth root of 81 is equal to 3. The fourth root of 81 is equal to 3. That's what it implies. Is that understood now? The same here, 16. A single number I can multiply 4 times to give me what? 16. That number is going to be the fourth root of 16. For instance, 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. That's 2 raised to power 4. So 2 is the fourth root of what? Of 16. So which is what? The answer here. So in that case, I'm going to have here to be 1 all over 81 is the same as what? 2 raised to power r. Is same as 3 raised to power 4, right? All over 2 here is 16 here is 2 raised to power 4, all to the power of 1 over 4. Then multiply by 1 over 2. Remember, 2 raised to power minus 1 is same as 1 over 2. So if this one is taken, that implies that here, by law of indices, power law of indices, if I have 2 raised to power 3 or raised to power 4, it can be written as 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 4. It's allowed. So here, let's bring it down here. So this is going to be 1 all over 3 raised to power 4 times 1 over 4, all divided by 2 raised to power 4 times 1 over 4. I'm breaking it down. I've already done it here. So I should have just say 3 and 2, but I want to break it down. So multiply by 2 raised to power minus 1. This is equal to this 2, 4 we cancel this 4, I'll be left with 3. 4 we cancel 4, I'll be left with what? 2, because this is power. 4 multiplied by 1 over 4 is something as what? 1. 4 multiplied by 1 over 4 is 1. So 3 raised to power 1 is 3, 2 raised to power 1 is 2. So I'm going to have 1 all over 3 all over 2 times 1 over 2. Sorry, I have rewrite it again. This is 2 raised to power minus 1 is 1 over 2. So this is like a fraction by fraction. Whole of this one is a fraction. Then I can make 1 a fraction by dividing it by 1. So I have 1 over 1, everything over 3 all over 2 times 1 over 2. Just to break it down, this is going to be 1 over 1, 1 over 1. Then this bigger division will turn to multiplication. This one here, the down fraction will reciprocate. This numerator become denominator. Denominator become numerator and numerator become denominator. Instead of 3 over 2, I will now have 2 all over 3. Then multiplied by what we have before, which is 1 over 3, 1 over 2. So here, 1 times 2 is equal to 2 all over 1 times 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 1 all over 2. So 2 we cancel 2. So the final answer is 1 all over 3. 1 over 3. Sorry. So the final answer is 1 over 3. I hope this is understood. This is very simple. All this longer, trinchy is because I want to break it down. So make sure you get all I mean. Anytime you have fourth root or cube root or square root, you should think of something like that. If you square root, think of 2 number, a single digit, you can multiply 2 times to give you that number. That will be the square root of that number. Are we clear? So the next question is this. We are given that log 2 is equal to 0.3010 and log 7 is equal to 0.8451. So we have to evaluate log 112. That is what we are looking for. We have to evaluate log 112. How do we do this? If we look at log 112, start by saying, okay, log 112, start by saying 112 divided by 2, for instance. That will give us 56. But can we write 56 as a perfect square? It's not possible. That should be our target, right? So let's say 112 again divided by the next number here, which is 7. So that will give us 16. So I can write 16 as a perfect square. How? Okay, let's say 2 raised to power what? 2 raised to power 4 or 4 raised to power 2, as the case may be. But since I'm dealing with what? Log 2. So I should look for a way I can write such that I will end up having what? Log 2. So in that case, since I divided 112 by 7 and it gave me 16, it showed that 7 multiplied by 16 is equal to what? 112. I hope this is taken. So instead of writing log 112 now, I'll write it as log. So my log 112 now becomes what? Log maybe 7 multiplied by 16. By law of indices, I can rewrite this as log 7 plus log 16. So again, log 16 I can rewrite it to be 4 squared or 2 raised to power. Now look at what I'm going to do. If I say 4 squared now, I'll end up having, by law of indices, this is going to be 2 log 4. But I don't have log 4 here. So the best thing I will do is going to be 2 raised to power 4. 4 squared is 16. 2 raised to power 4 is also 16. So that is what I want you to take note of. Instead of writing it 4 raised to power 2, I'll end up having 2 log 4. But I'm looking for log 2. I already got in log 7 here. So I will not write it as 4 raised to power 2. Rather, I'll write it as what? Log what? 2 raised to power 4. 2 raised to power 4. So this will be equal to 7 log, So this will be equal to log 7 plus this 4 will come to the back of it, the law of logarithm. So I'm going to have 4 log 2. So now I have log 7, I have log 2. It's a question of substituting the value of log 2 and log 7 into this. So let's bring it down here. This will be equal to, what is log 7? 0.8451 plus 4 multiplied by what? Log 2 is 0.3010. So let's do it. 0.8451 plus, what is 4 multiplied by 0.3010? So that will give us 1.204. So add this together, gives us 2.0491. 2.0491, that is option B. That is option B. I hope this is understood. So don't make a mistake by saying 4 raised to power 2, rather 2 raised to power 4. Is that understood? So let's look at the next question. So here's the next question. I think the correct question is 2 root 3 plus root 5. Yes, all over root 5 minus root 3. So if you are to rationalize this, to rationalize a surd, you look at the numerator, then find the conjugate. The conjugate of the surd, you multiply it by both numerator and denominator, and the conjugate is opposite of this sign. We have minus here, the conjugate becomes plus. So this implies I'm going to have 2 root 3 plus root 5 all over root 3 minus root 5 minus root 3 multiplied by conjugate, which is root 5 plus root 3 all over root 5 plus root 3. So to make it easy, we can just say 2 root 3 all multiplied by the whole of this. That is root 5 plus root 3. Then plus root 5 all multiplied by it. That will be root 5 plus root 3. Then divide by, you do the same thing, root 5 into root 5 plus root 3, right? Minus root 3 into root 5 plus root 3. So that is all. When you are done with this, you simplify the numerator. This is 2 root 3 times root 5. That will give us 2 root 15. How did I get 2 root 15? In SOD, if I have root 2 times root 3, it's the same as root 2 times 3 to give me root 6. So here I'm having 2 root 3 multiplied by root 5. So that will give me 2 root 3 times 5, which will give us 2 root 15. I hope this is taken. Let's clean this side. So if that is taken, we know how we get 2 root 15. Then the next thing is plus. So 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3 plus, 2 root 3 multiplied by what? Root 3. So what is the sign here? I'll put a plus here. Then 2 root 3 multiplied by root 3. So 2 root 3 multiplied by root 3. When you're multiplying the root of two same integer is equal to that integer. If I have root 3 times root 3, the answer is equal to 3. Reason being that root 3 is something as 3 raised to power 1 over 2 multiplied by another root 3, 3 raised to power 1 over 2. So by law of indices, this is going to be 3 raised to power 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. That will be 3 raised to power 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is 1. So 3 raised to power 1 is equal to 3. So that is how we get that 3. So in that case, so in that case, 2 root 3 times root 3 is going to give us 6. Then plus root 5 times root 5 gives us 5. Plus root 5 times root 3 gives us root 15. Root 15 all over root 5 times root 5 gives us 5 minus root 5 times root 15, root 3, that will give us root 15. So we have plus there. So it's going to be plus, not minus, because this is the plus. So root 5 times root 3 gives us root 15, right? So the next thing is this place. Minus root 3 times root 15 gives us minus root 15. Minus multiplied by plus gives us minus. Root 3 times root 3 gives us what? 3. So from here, we have 2 root 15. 6 plus this gives us 11 plus 11, right? Plus root 15 all over this root 15. Positive root 15 cancel negative root 15. I have 5 minus 3 gives us what? 2. This is 2 root 15. This is like 1 root 15. Yes, 1 root 15. So we're going to be 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So I'm going to have 3 root 15 plus 11 all over 2. This understood now. So the correct option here is 3 root 15 plus 11 over 2, which is option D. 3 root 15 plus 11 all over 2. So the next question here is this. Question 10, you have to express 0.21 and 0.34 in standard form. This one should be a bonus. 0.21 multiplied by 0.34 in standard form. So I can rewrite this one to be 21 times 10 raised to power 1, 2. I shifted this 2, that will be minus 2. Then multiply by 1, 2, 34, multiply by 10 raised to power minus 2 as well. So I can just multiply this and this. So 21 multiplied by 34 times 10 raised to power minus 2 plus into bracket minus 2. So these are the power. So I have to add them by virtue of law of indices. So what is 21 multiplied by 34? You can quickly do it manually. And it will give you 714 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2 plus minus 2. Plus times minus is minus. That is going to be minus 2 minus 2. That will be minus 4. So if you look at our answer, they are in what? 7.7, but not 7.1. So I have to shift this one in this direction. That will be 1. That will be 1, 2. So I'm going to have it to be 7.14 times 10 raised to power minus 4. Because I've shifted it left side by 2 times, that will be what? Plus 2. So plus 2. That will be equal to 7.14 times 10 raised to power minus 4 plus 2. That will be minus 2. So the correct option here is A. 7.14 times 10 raised to power minus 2. Is this understood? So here's number 11. The question says, if the universal set is a set of x such that 1 is less or equal to x less or equal to 30, and another set P is a set of y such that y is a multiple of 5, and Q is a set of z such that z is even numbers. We have to find P intersection Q. So in order for us to find P intersection Q, that is the number of the element that is common to both set P and set Q. So in order to tackle this type of question, universal set U is said to be equal to a set of x such that x is less or equal to 1, less or equal to 30. So if you look at it from this angle, in this direction, so this is x greater or equal to 1, meaning that start from 1 and above. And if you look at it from this angle, this is x less or equal to 30. That is to say, the maximum is 30. Is it understood now? So if they say less than 30, that is the maximum should be 29 or thereabout. So here now, x is greater or equal to 1, but less or equal to 30. So we start from 1. The set element in set, the universal set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to list all the elements. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So these are all the sets, all the elements in set, the universal set, right? So set P is a set of, right, y such that y is a multiple of 5. So multiple of 5, we start from what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, multiple of 5, meaning we are counting in 5, right? 30. I don't need to have that 5 because my universal set stops at 30. Exactly. So my other set will not be more than the universal set. So set Q will be equal to it's a set of Z such that Z is an even number. So our even number, the least even number is 2, 4, 6, 8, then 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, then 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, yes, 28, then 30. So you also stop here. So having listed out all the elements in set P and Q, the question says find P intersection Q. P intersection Q is a set of elements that is present in both set Q and set P. So looking at set P, what are those elements that are common? We have here 5 is here, no 5 here, 10 is here, 10 is here, so 10 is common. The next here, 15 is here, no 15 here, 20 is here, 20 is here, so I have 20. The next is 25, no 25 here, 30 is here, 30 is here, so I have 30. So P intersection Q is equal to what? 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30, that is option C. I hope this is understood. Okay. So here is the next question. In a survey of 50 newspaper readers, 40 read Champion and 30 read Guardian. How many read both paper? So we want to know the number of readers that read both Champion and Guardian. So here, this is the total number of readers, which is 50. So we can say here, let the number of readers that read both paper equal to X. So we can use set notation using Venn diagram. Can also use Venn diagram as well. Let's assume here is Champion C, and the next one is Guardian Q. Then here is the universal set U or mu is equal to 50. So now the number of people that read only said 40 read Champion and 30 read Guardian. So among those that read Champion and Guardian, there are some that read both. So which is the intersection here. So that is to say C intersection G is equal to X. Now, those that just read the Champion without this is what we have here. Those that read Champion without Guardian, that's what we have here. But those that read what? The Guardian without a Champion occupy this shaded portion here. Is that understood? So for us to do this, to know those that read only this is going to be, let me change my marker, is going to be the total number of people that read Champion, which is 40 minus those that read both, which is X. And those people that read only Guardian without Champion will be also 30 minus X. So now the total number of readers will be 40 minus X plus 30 minus X, which will give us what? 50 as the total. So we make X adjust to the formula here. Minus X cancel plus X. I have 40 plus 30 minus X, which is equal to 50. So I have 40 plus 30, that will be 70, minus X is equal to 50, which implies minus X is equal to 50 minus 70. So minus X is equal to minus 20. So minus, we cancel minus, it shows that X is equal to 20. So the correct option here is option A, x is equal to 20. I hope this is understood. Assuming in an exam, the question asks us to find the number of people that read champion only. So the number of people that read champion only will be 40 minus 20, which will be 20. And the number of people that reach guardian only will be 30 minus 20, which will be equal to 10. Now, for you to know whether your answer is correct, by the time you add this one, 20 plus what? 20 plus what? Plus 10, it will give you total, which is what? 50. Is this understood? Okay. The next question says 9x squared plus 6xy plus 4y squared is a factor of 27x raised to power 3 minus 8y raised to power 3. So it shows that if this is a factor of this, and the question says find other factors, meaning there's something else we need to multiply by this to give us 27x raised to power 3 minus 8y raised to power 3. For instance, if they said 4 is a factor of what? Of 12. It shows that that's other factor, which if multiplied by 4 gives us 12, which in that case will be 3. So that's the same thing applicable to this one. So how do we get other factor? We have to expand this difference of cube, just like we have difference of 2 square when we have a square minus b square. We have it to be equal to a plus b, or a minus b into bracket this. So this is expansion of difference of 2 square. So we can also expand difference of what? 2 cube. So in that case, for instance, this is raised to power 3. So we think of how can we make this coefficient in cube as well. So you remember that 27 is the same thing as 3 raised to power 3, isn't it? And we have x raised to power 3 here, minus 8 is same as 2 raised to power 3, then y raised to power 3, right? So by virtue of law of indices, I can rewrite this thing as 3x all raised to power 3. So I have 3x all raised to power 3 minus 2y all raised to power what? 3. This one has given us the exact difference of 2 square. And we have a difference of cube, 2 cube. And when you have difference of 2 cube, for instance, if I have a raised to power 3 minus b raised to power 3, the expansion is equal to a minus b into bracket a square plus ab plus b square. So this is expansion of a difference of 2 cube. So in that case, if you compare this and this, yes, if you compare these two, so it shows that a is the same thing as 3x a raised to power 3, 3x raised to power 3 minus, then b is the same thing as 2y. So having done this, we can now come to this place, and replace anywhere you see a in this expansion, we put what? 3x, and anywhere we see b, we put what? 2y. So coming down here, a is 3x minus b is 2y, open and close bracket. A is 3x and it is squared. I have 3x all squared plus a, which is 3x, ab, that is multiplied by b, which is 2y, plus b squared, which is 2y all squared. So in that case, I'm going to have 3x minus 2y into bracket. This is going to give us 9x squared. 2x multiplied by 2y plus, this is plus 3x multiplied by 2y gives us 6xy plus 2y squared give us 2 squared gives us 4y squared, 4y squared. So you see, we have end up having the initial first factor. Then the other factor that we are looking for is 3x minus 2y, that if multiplied by this again, gives us 27x raised to power 3 minus 8y raised to power 3. Are we clear? So the correct option here is option D, which is 3x minus 2y. I hope this is understood. Okay. So here's the next question. It says, if x raised to power, it should factorize completely, given that x raised to power 3 minus 3x squared minus 10x, everything divided by 2x squared minus 8. So if this is given, so looking at the numerator critically, you see that there are common factors. So we have to factor out, right? What is common here? X is here, X is here, X is here. So that will be equal to X into bracket. If I bring one X here, what will be left? X raised to power 2 minus, the next is 3X, then minus what? 10 all over 2x raised to power 2, 2x squared minus 8. If you look at the numerator again critically, you see this is a quadratic equation, right? So what do we do is to factorize out, isn't it? So let's bring that 3x, let's bring that x squared. So I have x squared, the numerator, minus 3x minus 10. So I will say, okay, this coefficient of this one is 1. So if I multiply this first term and the last term, that will give me what? Minus 10x squared. So I'll be looking for two-digit number, two integers. If multiplied together, should give us what? Minus 10x squared, but when you add them together, should give us minus 3x. So which number can do those magic? So you think you maybe say, okay, minus 1 times 10 minus 1x or minus x times 10x gives us what? Minus 10x squared. But minus x minus 1x plus 10x is equal to what? 9x. So we're looking for minus 3x. So again, if you have used 1 and 2, it doesn't go, then let us, 1 and 10 doesn't go, let us migrate to what? 2. When you go with 2, then you divide by what? You divide, you multiply the first one here. You started with 1. When you multiply by 2, then you divide this one by 2. Meaning that if I say 2 multiplied by, I started with 1, always start with first as the first digit 1 and that other number. So if I say 2 multiplied by 1, 1x, that will give us minus 2x, right? Then I have to divide 10 by 2. That will give us multiplied by 5x. So this will give us minus 2x times 5x to give us minus 10x squared. But minus 2x plus 5x will give us what? Will give us 3, will give us 3x. And we're looking for minus 3x. So let us interchange the sign. Instead of saying minus 2, let's say minus 5x. Then let's make this one minus and make this one plus. Let's interchange the sign. Minus 5x plus 2x. It will still give us minus 10x. But this time around, minus 5x No, first minus 5x times 2x still give us what? Gives us minus 10x. But this time around, minus 5x plus 2x is equal to minus 3x, which we are looking for. So it shows that in our question here, anywhere we see minus 3x, we replace it with what? Minus 5x plus 2x. So having known that, we come back to this question, which is x squared. Instead of writing minus 3x now, I write minus 5x plus 2x, then minus 10. So from here to here, I'll use bracket to differentiate it, and also this. So I'll now come and see what is common in this. X is here, x is here. I'll bring x out. So if I bring x out here, what will be left here is x minus, if I bring x from 5x, what will be left? 5. Plus, what is common in 2x and 10? So what is common? That is 5, right? That is 5. Is it 5? Okay. 2 can go into 2 is common. 2 is here, is 5. So we're going to bring 2 outside into bracket x minus, when you say 10 divided by 2, it gives us 5. So we have 5. For you to know your factorization is okay, you see they must have the same this. So I'm going to have x minus 5 into bracket x plus 2. Is that clear? So now the numerator has been factorized. So my numerator now becomes something like this: x minus 5 into x plus 2 all over 2x squared minus 8. Now, looking at this, there's no any option that stops here. So what do I do with this denominator? I have already done all I could do for numerator. So what can I do for denominator? I look at it, what is common here? I remember there is x here, so let us not forget it. So I have x here. So it's x into bracket x minus 5 into bracket s plus 2. So what is common in this denominator? So we have x into x minus 5 into x plus 2. So what is common here is 2. So if I bring 2 outside, I have 2 into x squared minus, what can I multiply by 2 to give me 8, which is 4. So I have something like this. So this is x squared, and I can write this one as 2 squared as well. So I'm going to have x into x minus 5 into x plus 2 all over 2 into x squared minus 2 squared. So now I'm having difference of 2 squares. So in that case, I have x into x minus 5 into x plus 2 all over 2. Remember what I told you about difference of 2 squared. If I have a squared, let's put it here. If I have a squared minus b squared, it's the same thing as saying a plus b, or a minus b, anyone, into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b. So in that case, this x squared minus 2 squared become x minus 2 into x plus 2. So by so doing, x plus 2, we cancel this x plus 2. I'll be left with x into x minus 5 all over 2 into x minus 2 as my final answer. So looking at the option here, I think the correct option here is x into x minus 5 all over 2 x minus 2. That is option C. I hope this is understood. So the next question says, solve x and y if x if x minus y is equal to 2 and x squared minus y squared is equal to 8. So we should look for x and y. So it is simple. You can decide to make x subject of the formula from equation 1. Let's name this one as equation 1, and here is equation 2. You can decide to make x subject of the formula from equation 1, isn't it? Okay. Or you use the idea of what difference of two squares, right? So if I were you in exam, I'll quickly use the idea of difference of two square. As I am having in equation 2x squared minus y squared, I know it's going to be x minus y into x plus y equal to 8. Remember what I told you about difference of two square. So in that case, from equation 1, x minus y is equal to what? X minus y is equal to 2. So in that case, I'll just say here, x minus y here becomes what? 2, right? Into x plus y equal to 8. Is that clear? So here, divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2, which imply x plus y is equal to 4. Is this clear? So x plus y is equal to 4. From equation 1, I'll still need equation 1. You have x minus y equal to 2, which imply the easiest one to make subject of the formula is x, which imply that x is equal to 2. This one crossing the equality sign become what? Plus y. Let's call it equation 3. So in that case, I can substitute equation 3 into equation into this one. Into x plus y equal to 4, which implies anywhere I see x, I'll put 2 plus y, then plus this y is equal to what? 4. So that I can have y plus y is 2y is equal to 4 minus 2. I believe you understand this one crossing the equality sign, which implies that 2y is equal to what? 2. Divide both sides by 2, y is equal to 1. If y is equal to 1, coming here, we have x is equal to 2 plus y, isn't it? So this implies y is equal to 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. So the correct option here is 3, 1, because it's always x, y. The x-axis before y-axis, so it's going to be 3, 1, which is option B. So the next question says, if y varies directly as the square root of x, and y is equals to 3 when x is equal to 16, calculate y when x is equal to 64. So this is a variation. Since they say y is directly proportional to the square root of x, this is what it implies. So to remove the constant of proportionality, it shows that y is equal to, let's use k multiplied by root x. So make k subject of the formula here by dividing both sides by root of x. So root of x, because it's k, we don't know. So which implies k is equal to y all over root of x. So if that is there, the case, they said x is equal to 3, y is equal to 3 when x is equal to 16. So y is 3 when x is equal to 16. That will be root of 16. That will give us 3 all over 4. Root 16 is 4. So k is 3 over 4. So if k is 3 over 4, it shows that our formula will be y equal to 3 all over 4 root of x. This is our relationship. So from this relationship, they now say calculate y when x is equal to 64. So from here, I can calculate my y, which implies y is equal to 3 all over 4 multiplied by root of 64. And this will be equal to 3 over 4 multiplied by root of 64 is 8. So I'm going to have 4 here, 1, 4 here, 2, which implies y is equal to 3 times 2 to give us 6. So the correct option here is option A. I hope this is understood. So the next question says, if x is inversely proportional to y, this is what it means. X is inversely proportional to y. Remember the previous question, x is directly proportional to y. We write it as x. Direct proportion is like this. Is that clear? Okay. So this is what it implies. X is inversely proportional to y. Always quickly find your constant of proportionality. It implies x is equal to k multiplied by 1 over y. That is x is equal to k all over y. So always make k subject of the formula. When you cross multiply, k will be equal to xy. Now, they now said and x is equal to 2 whole number 1 over 2 when y is equal to 2. So given that x is equal to 2 whole number 1 over 2 times when y is equal to 2 times 2. So this is equal to 2 times 2. To take it to improper fraction, that will give us 5 all over 2 multiplied by 2. 2 we cancel 2. That will give us 5. This implies that k is equal to 5. If k is equal to 5, therefore our relationship is going to be x, right? X equal to 5 all over y. This is our relationship. Looking at what we get from this inversely proportional. So x is equal to 5 over y, this relationship. We now say, find x if y is equal to 4. We're looking for x, which is this one, if y is equal to 4. So we're looking for x equal to 5 over y, which is given to be 4. So x is equal to 5 over 4. So 5 over 4 can be written as 1 whole number, 1 all over 4. 1 whole number, 1 over 4. So that is option C. I hope this is understood. So the next question says, for what range of values of x is 1 over 2x plus 1 over 4 greater than 1 over 3x plus 1 over 2? So here is 1 over 2x, which I can rewrite as x all over 2 plus 1 over 4 greater than x over 3 plus 1 all over 2. So you can collect the like term. You have x here. Remember, this greater than is like equality sign. So it's dividing this into two sides. So this is x is on this side, bring them to that side. You have x over 2. Then since it's positive here, on crossing this greater sign, it becomes negative minus x all over 3 greater than 1 over 2. This one crossing the equality sign becomes minus 1 all over 4. So here, 6, the LCM 6, 2 in 6, it goes by how many times? 3. 3 multiplied by x, I have 3x. Minus 3 in 6, 2. 2 multiplied by x, I have 2x. I have 2x greater than. So here also 4 is the LCM. 2 in 4, it goes by 2 times. 2 times 1 gives us 2. Minus 4 in 4 goes by 1 times. 1 times 1 gives us 1. So this, we have 3x minus 2x gives us x, that is 1x, all over 6 greater than 2 minus what? 2 minus 1 gives us 1 all over 4. Is that clear? So from the option, you can see that x is kind of make subject to the formula. So let's cross multiply. This imply we have 4 multiplied by x gives us 4x greater than 1. 6 multiplied by 1 gives us what? 6. Now divide both sides by 4. Divide both sides by 4. We have 4 cancel 4. We have x is greater than 2 here, 2, 2 here, 3 is greater than 3 all over 2. So in our option, we have x is less than 3 over 2. We have x is greater than 3 over 2. And you have x is greater than minus 2 over 3. And you have x is greater than minus 3 over 2. The correct option here is x is greater than 3 all over 2. Is that clear? So that is about this. So the next question says, solve the inequality, which is minus 6 less or equal to 5 minus 2x less than 5 minus x. So if you look at it critically, we are having, this is first inequality, separating this and the whole of this before we reach another inequality. So I'm going to have this as a single entity. Yes, as a single entity, which is minus 6 less or equal to minus 6 less or equal to 4 minus 2x. So this 4, I'm crossing this inequality sign, we have minus 6 minus 4 less or equal to minus 2x. So in that case, minus 6 minus 4 gives us minus 10 less or equal to minus 2x. Is that clear? Now here, we are dividing by minus 2x. Because we are dividing by that, minus 2x, then I'm going to have 5. This less or equal to sign will change to greater or equal to minus 2x divided by minus 2x, minus 2, sorry, minus 2, in order to make x subject of the formula. Because we are dividing by minus 2, the inequality sign will change to greater or equal to x. So this is what we have for this one. Now, again, where is the next inequality? Here is the next inequality. Then separating this and what? And this. So in that case, we are having 4 minus 2x less than 5 minus x. So we collect the like term also. We have 4 minus 5 less than minus x. This one is plus, crossing the inequality sign become what? This one is minus, crossing the inequality sign become a plus, plus 2x. So 4 minus 5 gives us minus 1 less than minus x plus 2x gives us what? Plus x, isn't it? So that is x. So I have minus 1 less than x. So bringing this together, I can have minus 1 less than x. This is 5 greater or equal to s, which is same thing. If you read it from this side, in this direction, it's saying x is less or equal to 5. So x is less or equal to 5. So that is what we have. Minus 1 less than x less or equal to 5, which is option B. I hope this is understood. Okay. The next question says, find the sum of infinity of the following series. So the series here, this is the first term, T1, second term, T2, you have T3, you have T4, right? The first term is A, which is equal to 0.5, isn't it? So we have to find the sum of infinity. So remember the sum of infinity, S infinity is equal to A all over 1 minus R. So let's check. Let's find the common ratio with this. So T2 is 0.05 all over T1, which is 0.5. So when you do this, this is the same thing as saying, this is going to be 5 all over, this is 1, 2, to fraction 5 over what? 100 divided by 5 over 10. So that will be division of fraction by fraction, 5 over 100. This turn to multiplication, then the down fraction will reciprocate. We have 10 all over 5. So here, cancel this. 5 cancel 5. I'll be left with what? 1 all over 10. So that's my common ratio. So my common ratio is 1 over 10. So if I come here, S infinity is equal to the first term, which is A, and it's 0.5 all over 1 minus the common ratio, which is 1 all over 10. So I can rewrite 0.5 as 5 over 10, then all over. Here, what is the LCM? The LCM is 10. So make this 1 over 1. So how many times 1 goes into 10? It goes by 10 times. 10 times 1 gives us 10. Minus 10 into 10 is 1. 1 times 1 gives us 1. This will be equal to 5 all over 10, right? Then all over 9 over 10. Like what we just did, division of fraction by fraction, I'm going to have 5 over 10 multiplied by 10 all over 9. 10 we cancel 10, that will end up having 5 all over 9 as the sum of infinity. So the correct option here is 5 over 9, which is what? Option D. Are we clear?